Welcome to Broadcast UGC, episode 12, everyone. With me is CaptPFDennis taking over from Galactrix again this week.
Good evening.
We're going to be playing Personal Reflection by XR377. As some of you may know, we actually announced we're going to be doing a different mission, but unfortunately with the Season 5 push, Arm the Bard's Espionage wasn't republished. So we had to delay it for this week. So we've instead opened up our mailbox again and pulled this one out. So once again, Personal Reflection by XR377. I'll just accept the mission and we can get started.
All right.
Okay, so I'll just read the intro box here. Things are not as they seem aboard the USS Kittimer, and due to your history with the vessel, you have been asked to investigate. However, the secret she hides may lead to more than a personal reflection. So, Hail. Captain, recently Starfleet began receiving some interesting reports about the USS Kittimer operating in the vicinity of the Vega system. This normally would be of little interest except, well, it's not best said over open comm channels. Considering your history with the vessel at the Battle of Vega, Starfleet believes you would be the best person for the job and would like you to take the USS Prophet to investigate. Please meet with Commander Tafang here at a space dock in ship requisitions for a full briefing. He should be able to explain why these reports have been causing such a fuss and can point you in the right direction. And Vice Admiral, do be careful. There's something very strange about all this, and Starfleet hopes that this incident goes better than the last one you and the Kittimer were involved in. So we need to speak with Commander Tafang and speak ship requisitions, which just so happens exactly to be where we are. Strange how that happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a coincidence.
And here he is right here. As you notice with the release of Season 5, we've also got this compass up here that points us to quest objectives. Vice Admiral, it's good to finally meet you in person. Reading the official reports of your actions aboard the USS Kittimer during the Battle of Vega left me rather impressed.
I get that a lot here. Now about the Kittimer?
Yes, of course. I understand that since the Battle of Vega, Starfleet has been receiving a lot of strange reports from the vicinity of the Vega system. Everything from ghost ships disappearing and reappearing amongst the debris to even detecting traces of chronotons, particles which are usually found in temporal disturbances. The region's reputation has grown to the point that some individuals have begun referring to the location as haunted. Illogical superstition, I assure you.
Alright, so we're just gonna take I'm sure, or you wanna... There's probably more dialogue in the second choice.
Yeah, let's take the second.
Okay. Is there a point to this lecture?
Very well.
Very well.
Okay. Oh. you can go.
Alright, very well. Very well, Vice Admiral. Have it your way. The USS Kittimer has been sighted in the Vega system. However, the ship has been here in dry dock since before these reports began. Due to your history with the Kittimer, Starfleet would like you to investigate the second Kittimer. Here are the coordinates of one of the most recent sightings. You'd best travel to it by way of Eris in the Alpha Centauri sector block. Travel to the Vega system by way of Eris system in the Alpha Centauri sector block.
Okay, yeah. So that last paragraph is just instruction, whereas the previous paragraph above that was the in-character explanation.
Right. Exact dialogue. I wonder if you'd get the same pop-up window if you took the other choice. I mean, it had to be directions anyway.
Yeah, oh well, that's something that we can leave for people to play through and find out on their own.
Right.
So let's warp out of here.
All right. See you at Eris.
So for those that are listening, what are your impressions of the mission so far? What are your expectations?
Well, reading it, I get the impression that because it's the Vega colony, we'll probably end up with Borg around here somewhere. I'm expecting that anyway, and it looks like there's going to be a little time travel. So it's starting off with a little bit of a mystery. So far, so good.
Yes, Borg are always fun with their time traveling shenanigans.
Okay.
So yes, I'm finally in the almost in the Sirius sector block, not quite yet.
Yeah, I beat you there a little bit. I just got there. To Alpha Centauri and to Eris.
I've been pressing the wrong keyboard button, that's why I'm not moving. So as in general, what do you think of missions that start off in a social hub like a space dock and require you to travel to a star system?
I actually don't mind that. It gives you the the immersion that you're actually traveling to the system, which you are in game. But I mean, as far as the story is concerned, sometimes when you're at, like, say, Deep Space Nine, and you hit the button, and all of a sudden you're on a ground map of some distant planet, kind of breaks it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's something I definitely try to fix with Memory Lane, which is one of the missions I did based on in DS9, where the warp used the warp weather streaks effect to sadly simulate that you're moving at warp. Whereas in another mission, I basically wrote myself into a story corner because I had to start at Memory Alpha story-wise, but end up the same place where I, in Pyacanis, which is at least 2 or 3 sector blocks away, depending on the route you take. So that probably was a bit much, and I wish that I could have shortened it, but I was pretty much hand-tied with the locations.
That's how you learn, I guess. And I did it once too, just to put some distance between your starting point and actually getting to the system. I didn't want to just automatically be there. It seems a little... All right, ready to go in?
Yep, we're ready to go in.
All right. Captain, we've arrived at the Eris system. Ready to continue to the Vega system at your command.
Continue to the Vega system. There's quite a lot of map transitions at this stage, and I think we've run out of things to talk about. So actually, there is one thing we could talk about, the Dan Stoll coming back. Yes.
After his 8-month obligation to Zynga, I guess, he's back at Cryptic.
Yes, it wasn't even about 2 months, I think it was, that he was away at Zynga.
2 months? All right, well, 8 weeks then, I meant. Quick recovery there.
Yeah. Yes.
Captain, we've arrived. You want me to go, or you want to...
Yeah, you go. You started.
All right. Captain, we've arrived at the debris field coordinates Commander Tefang provided us with. Initial scans indicate no signs of any vessels in the vicinity, but we are receiving a lot of interference from all the Borg wreckage. If a ship was here, chances are they were interested in the Borg debris. We should begin by scanning the larger pieces for any clues.
Good idea. And there's a large debris over here, I think. Or is it somewhere else? There we go.
Now, this looks like debris, very large pieces.
And welcome to the show, Hauriant. Hauriant, sorry. I've got to try and remember to say Hauriant. I'll read this one though. Apparently someone has been here recently. Scans indicated elevated traces of neutrinos. It could mean that a ship passed through the area not long ago, but we'll need to perform some more scans to be sure. We should check near some of the other large collections of debris.
Very well.
Oh, and now we've got 3 bits of debris to scan.
I got one down here.
Oh, over here. Now, where is it? This is the time I love this, the scanning beam.
Yeah, I don't mind scanning in space.
I'm getting the last debris.
And the transporter beam is cool too.
Captain, I've been able to isolate the neutrinos. There definitely was a ship here that not only visited these wrecks, but also appears to have tampered with the sites as well. I haven't been able to locate the vessel, but I was able to do the next best thing. Their ship has left a particle wake. After visiting these huts, it appears they passed through the nearby dust cloud on the way towards the far side of that moon. We should be able to follow them.
Set pursuit course.
And that's how far away is that moon? Let's have a look at the map. It doesn't seem to be too far away. I'll just let you catch up though.
Actually, I'm not. This one's not that slow. You just get a little head start on me.
Yeah, Hauriant's liking the new goal circle graphic. It's like around the edges.
Yeah, I like that too. I noticed it last night when I was actually playing my new mission.
So I'll just zoom in on it for the people. Yeah. Okay, so we've unlocked a respawn point. That's slightly ominous.
Yes, good tip-off that we'll be having some battle soon.
Oh, and I think there's a ship there.
Alright, I got a window you want me to read?
Yeah, you can read this one.
Captain, we found the vessel. It appears to be the Kittimer. Sir, she seems to be engaged. We're being hailed.
More Federation aggressors? Were we too much to handle with only one ship? Seems you picked a fight with the wrong Romulans, so be it. We will deal with you as well. Which one do you reckon?
Oh, okay. Let's see. You've engaged on... well, one probably is battle, one probably isn't. So, if you want to fight, we'll do, give us your best shot. Want to do that one?
Yep, 2 bold Starfleet captains in the same day. How surprisingly refreshing.
Red alert. Lots of Romulans.
one of the persons in our chat room was wondering how did he know there was going to be two of us? And my answer to that is that the captain of the Kittimer was the other one.
Right, yes. Yeah, they were oh, wow. Did I just get blown up?
I guess you
Wow, how did that happen?
If I had any idea you were going to be in such a position, I might have been able to...
I didn't even notice it. There we go.
Oh. Had a bit of a frame rate issue there.
There you go, a little tri-cobalt device. Never hurt.
Oh, we've got some battleships now.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And you got destroyed again.
Yeah. One shot. Well, my shield's completely down on that side. See them. Okay, luckily the respawn's not very far.
Yes, I'm like dead as well, so...
Well, you know, I noticed a lot of times in some Foundry missions, they don't put them at all. So when you do respawn, you respawn at the beginning of the map. I just released some Scorpion fighters so the Romulans can... Actually, Remans can fight Romulans. Wow, I got it again. A lot of battleships. Well, of course, they're spawning because there's two of us. I wonder how many there'd be if it was solo.
There'd only be one, yeah.
That appears to be all the Romulans, Captain. If there are any more, they must have activated their cloaks and retreated.
What about the Kittimer?
The Kittimer has sustained some damage, however it does not appear to be severe. Most of their systems, including engines, appear to be functioning. Though that's strange, I'm getting some interesting readings involving their energy signature. Captain, we should move in to hail them. You can take this.
My Admiral, thank you for your existence. We weren't expecting that group of Romulans to put up such a fight. Our damage isn't too extensive and our engineering is working to...
Captain Katanmek Taggart? Wow.
Wait, is that... Ensign... Well...
Right.
for me, Nero. Yeah.
I'm assuming this is because you'd served on a ship in the first mission in the tutorial.
Yes, so I think something's
So he's
happening.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, he's recognizing you from the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on here?
Captain, the kinema just accelerated into warp and dropped photonic decoys. They were in such a hurry, however, that the decoys are easily to spot. I should be able to plot their warp trajectory in a moment.
Good. I want to know what just happened. Captain, I've been able to figure out what was wrong with the kinema's energy signature. It's not Federation standard because it isn't a Federation construction. If I'm analyzing this correctly, it matches vessels from the Terran Empire. Sir, it's not our kinema, it's from the Mirror Universe.
But what about Captain Katanmek Taggart?
I'm not sure, Captain, but it's possible. This is just a theory, but potentially in the Mirror Universe, the Battle of Vega didn't happen. Or at least didn't happen in the same way that it did here. In that universe, not only is Captain Catan McTaggart still alive, but he is in command of the Kittimer, and your mirror self is a member of his crew.
My mirror self?
It's just a theory, Vice Admiral, but it would explain why he recognized you and was so shocked. If it is accurate, though, it could mean the event that jump-started your career in Starfleet never happened, and that you are still just an ensign under the Mirror Captain Taggart's command.
I've got to read that one.
Now, this is all just speculation.
You're right, Captain. What's more important right now is that finding out what the Mirror Kinema is doing in our vectors and have isolated their warp signature. They were damaged from their skirmish with the Romulans, and are probably not able to travel at maximum warp. The Prophet should be able to catch up with them.
Helm, plot a pursuit course.
And no, Galactrix, it doesn't actually have two names. In the dialogue, there's two main names, but I think I'm not sure. I think in the tutorial they've replaced Katanmek with Taggart, so I'm not sure if his name's been changed or if the authors just added Taggart on it.
Yeah, I was thinking that was his first name, Katanmek. I've never seen that before. All right, we ready to engage?
Yep, Helm, plot a pursuit course. Engage. They haven't actually changed his name in the captain's table, though. They've changed his name in the tutorial, but not when he appears in the captain's table.
Right.
Just as a random background character.
Yeah. All right, I'll take this. Captain, the Kittimer dropped out of warp just outside the Vega system. The blank has come out behind her, but it appears as though the Kittimer was ambushed by the Borg. She seems to have put up quite a fight. All of the vessels appear to be disabled, including the Kittimer, but there is no way to tell for sure at this range. We should approach carefully.
Take us in. Someone suggested that is because of Galaxy Quest. Captain Taggart was the captain in that.
Yeah. That was good. Captain, I'm reading a massive weapons energy spike from the cube.
Red alert. Okay, so it seems the Borg cube blew up when there's spheres in play.
But they were inside it. how Voyager came back inside the sphere. Kinda glad their ships fighting Borgs. Prefer fighting the ships than the actual mobs. I mean, that's one thing about this game. All the STFs are all Borg. There's like a lot of Borg content. This thing should be dead.
Someone suggested it would be hilarious if Trek actually got the rights to the Galaxy Quest name and used it in actually an episode as a quote unquote 60s TV show. All Borg vessels are neutralized, Captain.
All right, let's go. Let's just say good this time. We'll take the first one. Vice Admiral, that was an unusual attack, and I'm not just referring to their entrance. There has been no signs of recent Borg activity in the Quadrant, and Starfleet was of the belief that all of the Borg from the Battle of Vega had been dealt with. Not to mention they were using Federation-grade weaponry as opposed to their traditional plasma and anti-proton-based weapons. It's in the Federation's best interest to find out where these Borg came from. I advise scanning both the remaining Borg sphere and the Khitomer captain. It should help plan the ship's next move. Good idea.
Yes, good idea, yes.
Yeah.
To scan the Borg. Do you want to read this?
Yeah, sure. Captain, upon further analysis of the Borg we faced based on their combat tactics and weaponry, I've been able to come to a conclusion. These Borg must be remainders from the Battle of Vega that the Starfleet sweep somehow missed. It looks as if they are relying heavily on scavenged parts from Federation vessels lost during the battle in order to construct their ships. Usually, the Borg completely refabricate all their technology, including their weapons, but for some reason, these Borg aren't. Thankfully, as a result, if we run into any more of them, they should be just as easy to combat.
Let's ask, what does that mean? So...
It could mean a great number of things, but honestly, at the moment, I have only the slightest of ideas. The Borg who attacked the Vega colony never really acted like the traditional Borg the Federation faced before. Many of them seemed old and moved sluggishly, some unable to even fire their phasers, while others appeared to be extremely advanced. Some groups collected colonists and Federation personnel as if for assimilation, only to stand around them motionless. Although the aggressive boarding and targeting of high-ranking officers isn't new, they usually assimilate those individuals rather than simply destroying them. In fact, the actual numbers for assimilations in the battle were extremely low. Despite this all, as you know, the battle still was never an easy one.
So where do these Borg fit in?
It's a good question. The actions of the Vega Borg could indicate a loss or limited connection to the Borg collective. If so, it would explain a lot of their unusual behavior. Being the case, the Borg are adaptable. Maybe some of the Borg, as a response, formed a small close-knit collective to survive. The Starfleet mop-up operations were merely searching for remaining drones and spheres, not a coordinated group. With all that debris to mask their signatures and no one looking for them, they wouldn't find it hard to hide. And without connection to the greater collective, perhaps they didn't have the ability to refabricate their own technology and were forced to use what they could find, repair, and repurpose.
Okay, well, we could probably continue this discussion, but let's just focus on the Khitomer.
All right. Oh, right, of course, the mission. Forgive me for ranting, Vice Admiral. Just let me take a little more time to... ...
And we'll scan the damage.
Ooh.
I'll read this one. Vice Admiral, the mirror Kittimer is disabled and heavily damaged, but life support is functioning. Scans indicate that a few Borg did attempt boarding, but were repelled by the crew. None of the life signs aboard the vessel aboard.
Damage report.
Sorry. The Kittimer has taken severe damage, multiple hull breaches, but the emergency bulkheads are still operating. Luckily for them, their life support systems appear to be unscathed and operating at near full capacity. They're venting plasma, but I don't think it's a warp core breach, although there is a strangely high energy reading from their engineering deck.
What about their other systems?
Everything else appears to be offline. Engines, shields, weapons, guidance, even sensors. I wouldn't be surprised that if they even knew we are here, it's only because someone looked out a window. Or a hole in the bulkhead, for that matter. I take that back. They may have communications and transporters. I'm getting some odd readings from those systems.
Okay. I'm gonna take... Cut to it. Is
Yeah.
it safe to board?
Yes, I think we've had a bit of enough,
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I don't know, do you know this author at all? Or
No, not really.
Because I'm wondering if English isn't his first language. And I
Yeah,
only say that because of the commas and some of the spacing, the construction of the sentences.
yes,
He's,
yeah, some of the grammar is not quite right, but I do a good suite by someone acting as a copy editor, whether it's just would be a good help so far. Anyway,
right.
it appears so, Captain, although you probably find it safest to beam in on the engineering deck. It looks like it was heavily shielded and reinforced for some reason.
Better safe than sorry. I'll take it. Captain, the away team is ready to beam over on your order.
Let's go. I'll change. There.
I think I took my Borg.
I brought my Vulcan.
I was gonna get my eel.
It's a bit like a joke. A Ferengi, a Vulcan, and a human walk into a bar.
Actually, my character's an android, but only because I say so.
Oh yeah.
Because there's not an actual.
So did you create him as an alien or just as a human?
No, he's an alien. But because I had yellow eyes on him. I don't know if they're still there, but he's D1 Sung.
So he's supposedly a Sung type.
Yes,
like
he
Data?
is. Exactly. Second generation. All right. Captain, you should be in one of the cargo holds on the Kittimer's engineering deck. The ship is detecting a Borg transmission somewhere on that level, but we can't pick up from where. You'll need to shut down that transmission if you don't want to have any uninvited guests.
Let us know if you detect anything.
We should start by searching these crates. Knowing what the Kittimer is carrying could go a long way.
Let's get started. Yay, teamwork.
Yeah.
This confirms
it.
This confirms it, Captain. Most of this cargo appears to be salvaged Borg technology. Probably from those wrecks in the Vega system. They must have come here to collect it. However, I'm not picking up the source of the signal from anywhere in this room.
Okay. Should we ask but why, or let's go?
We'll try one more. But why,
Alright,
thank you, why our universe?
Alright, I'll take it. We know remarkably little about the state of the Borg in the Mirror Universe, if they even exist there at all. Countless factions, including the Federation, have benefited from reverse engineering their highly advanced technology. Chances are they were trying to do the same thing. They probably picked Vega hoping they could masquerade as a Federation vessel and search through the wreckage with little risk.
And something they picked up is sending a signal.
Exactly. But it still doesn't explain how they got here to our universe or where this transmitter is. We should check one of the other cargo holds on this deck.
Let's go. But actually, we probably should have a break for BitesizeUGC at this moment.
Okay.
BitesizeUGC episode 9, I believe. We're doing Hauriant's More Data, part 1.
Welcome to episode 9 of BitesizeUGC. I'm CaptPFDennis, and with me is RogueEnterprise. Today we're taking a look at More Data Part 1, Theft of Honor by Hauriant, the first in a series arc, but a mission that functions well on its own. Let's start things off with a look at the story.
This mission takes several story cues from the first Trek movie, the motion picture, but isn't without nods to TNG as well. It's a bit overcomplicated, but involves androids, Klingons, Orions, and the possible discovery of the remains of the TMP character Ilya. Most of the plot is communicated through a series of tiered dialogue choices, many of which came with a just the facts option, which was appreciated but at times seemed a little funky in execution. There were sporadic typos throughout the dialogue, but it was only a minor distraction. The mission does wrap up nicely at the end, which is something we enjoy, especially on a plot this complex. A bit more polish on the plethora of dialogue would have been helpful though. We gave story 3 out of 5 stars.
Map design was solid, but there were a few areas where space was at a premium, especially in rooms that culminated in a boss-level encounter with a Klingon Dahar master, but more on difficulty later. Overall, the interior maps are pretty well designed, but not overly customized. Nobody wants to wait forever at a loading screen. The mission was also paced quickly enough where only a player looking for flaws would pick them up. Map design got 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Moving along to tech. A few items like disappearing doors and force fields dot the mission, but overall this is a much more plot-driven episode that doesn't depend on Foundry tricks to keep the player interested. The air of mystery took care of that nicely. We gave tech a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Difficulty was a little more of a mixed bag. A few times some tough boss-level mobs show up right on top of the player without much warning, making for some interesting combat. Nearly every enemy type in the game decides to make an appearance here, and there were even a few jokes about the Borg showing up as well, along with that captain-level Nausicaan wielding a nasty gun. Overall, aside from those few ill-spaced ground battles, combat was engaging enough to garner a 4 out of 5 star rating.
Let's take a look at the bite-sized breakdown for More Data Part 1, Theft of Honor by Hauriant. Please support STO's Foundry by logging in and giving it a try yourself.
Join us next week for our 10th episode. This has been BitesizeUGC.
Alright, so now, we need to subdue some security teams that are on our way to the...
This is Lieutenant Commander Mercedes McMary. All hands should be seen to immediate ship repairs. The engineering deck is off limits to all but security personnel. Any unauthorized personnel will be fired upon. Additionally, Captain's orders are that Ensign Blank is to be detained on site. Any crew member who helps in this task will be rewarded. We have reason to believe our cover has been blown. You may return to your regular uniforms at your discretion.
Mercedes Mercy McMary?
Again, any unauthorized personnel found in engineering will be shot. Do I make myself clear? McMary out.
So much for mercy.
So apparently the player is a fugitive at this point.
Yes, well, obviously, because they know what we've been doing.
Right.
It's a bit difficult to play the game when you actually can't see your health status.
Right. And
so what do you think of these new interact icons that have been introduced?
and I like some of them. I like the console one with the gears. It's pretty cool. Hey, no good, Captain. It looks like we'll need the security keys to get in there. Perhaps one of the Kittimer's security teams has them.
Okay, so we'll defeat them to find codes.
I'm not going in there.
Oh, I'd like to... Yep.
Okay, I'm sure there are more in here.
I love the CRM 2000.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. My Breen has it.
We're getting messages that the feed's getting stuttery. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to fix that.
No, not unless, there's other things on your network or you're running, more than one thing connected, but you're streaming at I think it's like 400 and something K, 464.
Yes, something like that. It's the optimized gaming mode.
Oh, right.
Quote unquote, so...
Okay. Alright, I think that was the last of the patrolling security teams, Captain. It looks like this group had the security key for the force field on that cargo bay we passed. The Borg transmitter must be in there. We need to disable it fast.
I think they have the same idea.
Right, so here we are.
I do actually like this map.
Yeah. I think the mission's pretty well done so far.
Oh, here we go. They're saying, shut it down, shut it down. But only us Federation folk can do something like that. Stupid Terrans.
Angry Chief.
Angry Chief. That's a great name.
Yeah.
Keep saying genetic match not found.
Oh. Talk to the frustrated lieutenant.
What?
What?
Hold your fire. Just let me have a look.
Listen, if you can get this thing to shut down, I really don't care who you are.
Fine by me.
You just touched it.
Oh, touch magic
did it.
fingers.
That did it, Captain. The transmission has stopped. Speaking of transmissions, we've been able to tap into those aboard the ISS Kittimer. You may want to hear this.
Let's have a listen.
You can take this.
McMary, I asked you where Ensign Nero is. What exactly do you think your job as security chief entails?
They're talking about the other me.
I'm not sure, Captain Taggart. They were last spotted heading in the direction of one of the transporter rooms. They could be anywhere. And we may have more problems. I think the USS Prophet beamed over an away team.
Guess they know we're here.
Get to main engineering now. The ensign is going for the device. See to it personally that they don't make it. As for group from the other universe, we can't let them get a hold of it either. Look at it this way, Chief. No matter who shows up, chances are you get to kill one Nero. Does it really matter which?
That device sounds promising.
I agree with you, Captain. There is a chance it has something to do with how they got to our universe. I'd hate
to disappoint McMary.
I love that name.
Oh, we have to go and defeat her now.
Yeah. Also, I do like this map. It's the first time we get to encounter Davidians apart from the feature episode.
Oh, yeah, the ones in engineering. Yeah, that was a good one. Okay.
Okay, apparently Mercedes McMary has No Mercy as a real nickname. Not Mercy.
No Mercy McMary.
And this lieutenant will be no more either. But this medic, gotta kill him before he resurrects. Oh, Hauriant is asking an interesting question. If it is the ISS Kittimer, which would be the proper name for it in the mirror universe, shouldn't it be labelled that way on its saucer? Or did they repaint it to say USS Cerberus?
Ooh. I don't know. I mean, I didn't notice it while we were in space, but I suppose you could easily have put it on there.
Yeah, well, I mean, as a way for identification, that it's actually from the mirror universe, not as...
Right.
Yeah. Alright, so much for McMary's mirror. It's too bad, really.
Yeah. Want me to take it?
Yeah, you can take it.
Captain, they've definitely done some modifications to the Kittimer's main engineering. I would be guessing at this point, but by the looks of things, whatever it is they did, they practically tied it in as the heart of the ship. I'll know more after we perform a few scans.
Oh, and here's a bit of a nursery rhyme. McMary, McMary, quite on contrary, how does your warp drive go?
Right. We're gonna scan 3 devices. Vice Admiral, I can't believe what I'm looking at. If I'm right, it looks like they've turned their entire ship into a giant self-transporter device.
What does that mean? What good is that?
Well, if my transporter history is right, the first time the mirror universe was ever encountered was when Admiral James T. Kirk and some of his bridge officers were involved in a transporter malfunction during an ion storm. Instead of beaming aboard their own ship, they swapped places with their mirror counterparts. I'm a little fuzzy on the details, but I think after that transporters were modified to stop it from happening again. I guess in the mirror universe they did a little research too. The ISS Kittimer looks like it was designed to use the original malfunction to literally beam itself between both universes.
Let's just skip the details. Let's just disable it.
Shouldn't be hard. Looks like it's tied into all the ship's systems and is reliant on one individual relay in order to operate. We can pull that part and disable the whole Kittimer, with the exception of the emergency bulkheads and life support, of course. We can have it beamed right aboard the ship.
Inform engineering.
Hold on. Now, when they were talking about Kirk, they called him Admiral, but he wasn't at the time.
Yeah, it wasn't at the time, but he was he's an admiral in the movies, so.
But not only for, I think, one movie. I think he died a captain.
Oh.
So I don't think he was an admiral for more than, I think, just after three, Star Trek 3.
Okay. Main
engineering. Go ahead.
Main engineering reports the device core has been beamed in successfully, and the ISS Kittimer is fully disabled. I suppose the next thing we should do is confront Captain Katanmek. We should take the nearby turbolift and head towards the bridge.
Let's go. And not Taggart that time.
Yes, no Taggart in that. I hope this is the way up. Oh, no, I'm wrong. It says to call turbo lift, and the turbo lift is right here.
Yeah, well, I'm looking around. Oh, okay. The turbo lift is here. We should be able to take it to the bridge.
Chronoton asks why the exchange of tech info would be mutually beneficial. What specifically are you referring to there, Chronoton? And for those watching on the stream, you may notice that I take a bit longer to transfer maps because I would actually have to patch. Got on-demand patching enabled.
Right. Plus, you're streaming at the same time, so you probably, get less of you're a little slower. All right. It looks like the turbolift has been locked down. We're going to need to find another way to get to the captain. Look out.
Well, before we do that, Chronoton clarifies that weapons and warp tech, so... But now we just gotta kill people.
Oh, I guess that's medic.
The Empire can't afford to do much fun tech development. Probably because that if they do, their own people will use it against them to take over the Empire.
True. Ruthless. Alright, go ahead, Basil. You can read these.
Nirral, is that you? I mean, the you that isn't from the ISS Kittimer's universe?
It is. How did you get this comm channel?
That's not important right now. Listen, if you're going to make it to Captain Katanmek, you're going to need my help. Meet with me up ahead, past the mess hall. I know you probably don't trust me, but it's the only chance you've got to get onto the Kittimer's bridge.
Up ahead, got it.
That's interesting. Why would an ISS person
What was that? It felt like we were hit.
Bridge, what's happening?
Captain, it looks like you were too late with that Borg transmitter. A group of these Vega Borg vessels just dropped out of warp and are attacking.
The Kittimer is defenseless.
The ship can draw their fire for a while. We should be able to keep them busy long enough for you to finish up on the Kittimer. But Captain, be advised, with the Kittimer's shields down, the Borg will most likely be beaming over landing parties.
Thanks for the warning. Keep the ship safe. Do you want to try and talk to some of these Mirror Universe guys, or just...
Oh, sure. If we can get in there without...
Oh, there's this engineer back here that we'll talk to.
Oh. Okay.
Look, I'd love to follow the captain's orders or get myself killed right now, but I'm a little more interested in putting out this fire, so if you wouldn't mind...
Alright. Well, after we kill the people in this room, we can talk to the other one.
Okay, well, it looks like most of them are actually NPCs, not enemies.
Oh. Good. Alright.
Now, there's this
planning
contact.
over here. What? Okay. Look, the way I see it, your problem is with the captain, not us. I'm already busy enough trying to organize the defenses to keep this second group of Borg from overtaking the ship. So until this all blows over, you stay out of our way. We'll stay out of yours. Hell, I'd probably ask you to stay and help kill a few of them if I didn't want you to just take care of the captain already and get this all over with.
Good luck.
Okay.
Oh, we've been instructed to talk to the bartender.
And we have drones beaming in.
And who just got demolished by apparently normal federations. Chief Sherman Pimballel. Transporter Chief? Nah, Chief is just a nickname. Mostly all my job entails is keeping these duty officers occupied.
Go figure. Okay. Why are they looking out the window? Alright, nothing out there.
And sorry for the technical difficulties, we're back live again. So we better read this dialogue out again, Captain, just in case they didn't hear us.
Alright. So you do know me. Well, kind of like I said.
Sorry, which
strange.
option did you pick? Sorry, so I can...
I picked, the, top one.
Same here, Kojanara, right?
Yep. Yes.
So,
So you do know me. Well, kind of. Like I said, strange. That's a nonsense. Anyways, I don't know what the version of me you know is aboard the starship, but aboard the ISS Kittimer, I'm the captain's woman. You don't need me to explain why I want that dirty denobulant to get what's coming to him.
So I assume you're going to help me then?
Of course, Captain Taggart has sealed off the bridge and is in there with his loyal officers, biding his time. He's still technically in control of the ship, but is too afraid now to do anything. The only way to get in would be his own secret escape route in the captain's ready room. You can get to it by one of the Jeffries tubes up ahead. It's password locked, but luckily, guess who knows the captain's security keys?
Or would it be the captain's woman? So I can take the Jeffries tube right to him?
Yes, but the fight will not necessarily be easy, though. The captain may be arrogant and prideful, but he is no pushover. Otherwise, someone would have replaced him a long time ago. He also has his Vulcan first officer with him. The guy never moves, but he is definitely smart, strong, and loyal. If you have any other questions, go ahead and ask me before you go. Otherwise, you better get moving. I wish you luck, and hopefully, in your universe, I'm doing a hell of a lot better than I am here.
I'm dead, aren't I? Well, that's just a little depressing. Good luck anyways, though.
Yeah, thanks. Same to you. Polite conversation.
Yes, well, because the Kittimer is the ship you board.
Right.
With the Zachary Quinto doing the voiceover of the EMH.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we get to talk to Lieutenant Sellis.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I see. You kind of set it up the same way. See the Borg behind the force field?
I was able to activate the security force fields to pen some of these Borg in. Now that I've done that, I don't know what to do with them.
Try using the transporters to beam them out.
That's a really good idea. Say, have you done this before?
You could say that. That was a nice little homage.
Yes.
Homage.
Uh-oh. Borg. We should have looked at the map to see what was coming. And these Borg are Terran Empire.
Yeah, vaporizing them instantly.
So that, yes, they're not real Borg.
Well, that's good. Alright, we ready to access the Jeffrey tube? It shouldn't be too hard to take these Jeffrey tubes to the bridge. You ready, Captain?
Let's go. Crunton asks, is he that dumb? Not realizing that you could use the transporter to beam the Borg away.
Well, I think it was more or less just for that purpose, to harken back to the tutorial.
Yeah.
So I think you put that much thought into it.
Yeah, and Crunton, yes, that is also a Jeffrey's tube. They've been used throughout the number of missions that you use them in the Vidian feature episode series, as well as the State of Q mission.
Yes. The Saratoga. We made it to the bridge, Vice Admiral. Just beyond the ready room, we'll find Quatamnik. He won't give up the ship easily. We should be prepared for a Wait! Do you hear that?
Sounds like an argument.
Captain Taggart. Quatamnik, listen to yourself. What have they done to you?
Captain designation is no longer applicable to this unit. We are Borg. I repeat, surrender your vessel and prepare to be assimilated.
Quatamnik has been assimilated.
And yes, the Vulcan has a big goatee, just like Evil Spock.
Yeah. And our NPCs were in there fighting before we even finished reading. Above, bridge officers.
And I'm dead. Oh well.
I'm going off in a minute too, I think. Oh, power up there.
Oh,
Out again?
No, yeah, died again. Got a
We're gonna have to respawn. Oh no, maybe not.
It was a sniper rifle.
My Borg to the rescue.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
And I'm down again. I think we probably should
Yeah, I didn't even get a Alright. Oh, I was just hitting the button, too. Oh, my girl's 6. She's right on top of things.
Shields moving.
And I think we've almost got him killed. Yes, we killed quite a mech,
Yeah.
but still got the first officer to go.
He's gone. Anybody else?
No, I think that's it.
This is the big bridge.
Oh, we got a firewall.
It's done, Captain. Katamnik must have been assimilated by the Borg during the last attack. Perhaps it's always meant to be his fate in this universe. Regardless, he is no longer in command of the ISS Kittimer. And it looks like we've taken out the rest of the bridge crew. The ship is ours. We should hail the ship and let them know to beam us back aboard. Chances are they could use our help dealing with the Borg vessels.
We've got a message saying luckily there's no death penalty. Well, we were resurrected, so it wasn't a full death penalty.
And that's true, he didn't respawn. Hey,
So,
good to see you. Oh,
good to see you, Captain. Are you ready to beam back? Beam us directly
beam
back
us
to the
directly
bridge.
to the bridge. Alright. All in all, this mission's pretty good. I mean, it's quickly paced. There's no, plenty of battle to keep you occupied. I like the fact that he used mirror feds dressed as Borg rather than Borg.
Yeah, it does. It does keep the level down slightly. 14 levels, or so. But yeah, they are meant to be the remnants of the Vega, so they're not meant to be fully Borg. As in,
Right, and I think he probably did that too to keep the emphasis off the fighting of the Borg so much and more on the story. Because that'd be the toughest thing about the mission if they were actual Borg.
Vice Admiral, it's good to have you back on the bridge. We've had our hands full up here trying to deal with these Borg. Their tactics have been frustrating. They've only stayed in range for short periods, and just when we get one damaged enough to nearly destroy it, they fall back and another takes its place. I can't say I'm upset though. The Prophet hasn't taken much damage, and we're able to run the last group off shortly before you beamed aboard.
Are they gone then?
No, long-range scanners indicate that they have simply fallen back to prepare for another strike. I think my Vulcan officer is angry with me.
Yeah. Matter of fact, mine is too. Mine is a Vulcan, and he's very, very upset. he's looking at me with daggers.
I'm reading multiple waves, followed by what looks to be inbound. We should start seeing them any second. Sir, the Kittimer is still severely damaged. All it could take at this point is a stray torpedo, or the explosion of one of the Borg vessels to destroy her. We need to be mindful of where we fight if you don't want her destroyed. So
Maintain ready.
yeah.
Okay.
I think this is a good thing to warn about the
Ship is under
the thing about NPC ships being able to be destroyed while not engaging in combat.
Right. There should be, if we do eventually get the ability, to have them disappear or whatever. But I suppose you could surround them with force fields right now.
Yeah.
try to attempt to keep them safe anyway.
Yeah, people in the chat room are talking about Caliph and doing the work music.
Oh, you know, that's why. I was wondering why you were laughing. I said, did I say something funny? I can't see the chat room. Right?
Oh, well, you're always funny, Captain.
Oh, yeah.
Even when you're not meant to be. Okay, where's the Kittimer NPC? We're about 8 Ks away from the Kittimer, so we're fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to drag him. Space. Okay.
I better actually use my gravity well.
Kind of bouncing off one another.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's good, I guess. They took damage from one blow up, I guess. Nice. And our contact is still there.
Yep, still 13 Ks away, safe.
Captain, they've repaired the inactive sphere.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
I think they repaired 2 of them.
Yeah. It's coming up away where it's closing in on us. Fight 2 of them off in a minute.
Well, I was asking what we're getting a question in the chat room. Why aren't fork ships and stove regenerate damage? Well, these aren't really fork ships. These are once again
Mirror fed.
mirror feds. So these are cruisers or escorts or side ships.
Right.
They could be anything.
Yeah, they haven't been too difficult. That's for sure.
Yeah, in the main game, they've got some Borg have regeneration probes, so they've probably put those out to third-party entities rather than actual being an innate ability of the ship. And we've got, not only do we, we've got a Borg diamond that looks like. I didn't know they were in the Foundry.
No, the advanced Borg sphere. Interesting. Yeah, they do have a tendency to slip things in now.
And I just died. Well,
I didn't notice a respawn point.
yeah, well,
But
they're close enough not to need to worry about one.
Alright. I was gonna say that the beginning of the map wasn't that far away anyway.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Yes, I'm the red shirt. I'm a I must, yeah, I haven't spec'd this guy out for him
75%.
to be, and even what abilities I have, I keep forgetting to use them.
I came home yesterday after they had done the patching season 5 upgrades, and I logged on because I had published my mission before I went to bed, so I never played it. So I got home yesterday and I played my mission, and I couldn't kill anyone. I couldn't shoot. Couldn't fire my weapons. I'm like, what is going on here? I didn't realize that they set us back to 0, and that we had a respec. So I was running around in there, not being able to fire a weapon.
I think if you, Hauriant's asking a question in the chat room about reskinning another ship as a Borg cube, if it feels right with movement. I think it totally depends on the ship you do. I think it would certainly have to be some kind of battleship, and then it's then not even then it's not all certain.
A fighter mod with Borg cubes.
Yeah, that would be so hilarious if they were fighters as a Borg cube.
I don't even think they could move that fast. Could you imagine flying around like that? Alright, I'll take it. That appears to be all of them, Vice Admiral. Long-range scanners report nothing else in the area. That signal most likely drew out the last of the remnant Borg in the Vega system. I would be really surprised if Starfleet encounters any more, but we should suggest additional sweeps of the system in our final report. Now that it's safe, let's get in contact with the Kittimer. Without the transported device core, she's permanently disabled and going nowhere. We'll organize a repair effort so we can get the ship and her crew back to Earth space dock for proper analysis.
Can you just read that again, Captain? Because the audio apparently went on live stream for a bit.
Alright. That appears to be all of them, Vice Admiral. Long-range scanners report nothing else in the area. That signal most likely drew out the last of the remnant Borg in the Vega system. I would be really surprised if Starfleet encounters any more, but we should suggest additional sweeps of the system in our final report. Now that it's safe, let's get in contact with the Kittimer. Without that transported device core, she's permanently disabled and going nowhere. We'll organize a repair effort so that we can get the ship and her crew back to Earth space dock for proper analysis.
We're getting a question. Surprised if there were more Borg? Reads the Series 5 info, you green-blooded ... Yes, it's surprised there were more Borg left over from the Vega attack, i.e. the not quite Borg that we've seen in this mission.
Right.
Rather than the proper Borg we see in the ground invasion and the red alerts.
And the one he called Old Borg that stood around. I got a kick out of that at the beginning of the mission. They looked like old Borg and they were just standing around not moving.
Okay, so we're getting nothing from the ISS Kittimer.
Please come in. No response, Captain. Perhaps their communications are down again.
Vice Admiral, you're not going to believe this. I just contacted main engineering to make sure the transport device is secure. They said someone from the bridge already came down to pick it up, and that they've handed it off to them.
To who?
To you, Captain, personally. That means...
Captain, we have an unauthorized beam out from Transporter Room 3. They must have transported over to the ship sometime when you were aboard the Kittimer.
Quick, get ready to intercept the Kittimer.
Right away. What? Captain, the controls are unresponsive.
I'd like to disagree with you because I'm, like, moving around right here. Sorry, I just got a bit far away from the ISS Kittimer and, How? There we go.
Alright. It looks like they've locked down the entire ship and the main computer, using your password.
That clever! How long until we have control?
We should be able to crack the new code and get access to the system, but it will take a few minutes. We should have control of the ship back shortly. Captain, we're being hailed. Audio only.
Thanks, Nero. I couldn't have done it without your help. What is it they say? If you want something done right?
You, I mean me.
That's right, Vice Admiral Nero. You know, I really didn't think I had it in me, but when you made your entrance and the big bad Vice Admiral introduced themselves to inquire crew of the ISS Kittimer, let's just say I was inspired to follow in your footsteps. By the way, sorry about stealing one of your uniforms. It just fits so well.
Skip the chat. We both know we don't like to talk.
Maybe we're a little more different after all. Well, in that case, I'll simply let you know I'm taking the ISS Kittimer, her crew, and our cargo back to our own universe using the transporter device. Thanks in no small part to you, I now have a chance to the same career you have. Started in similar situations aboard the same vessel, I might add.
So that's it then?
For now, I must say, Vice Admiral, it was a surprising pleasure working alongside you. See you around.
Every time I look in a mirror. Captain, the ISS Kittimer has activated the transporter device. What we're looking at is a ghosted image of the ship. They're gone. We have full control over the over the ship, ready for your next orders. I wonder if we truly accomplished anything.
True. I wouldn't beat yourself up too much, sir. You're a proven commandant officer who triumphs in the face of adversity at every turn. You've led the ship and her crew through countless perils, and by no account did you earn the rank of Vice Admiral easily. The way I see it, we faced off against your mirror self. For any kind of personal reflection of you, facing them would never have been an easy task.
You may have a point. Take us home.
Yes, the ghosted image, what do you think of that as as an explanation to see why the ISS Kittimer is still on the map?
Well, it's fine. That's fine. I mean, there's nearly nothing else you can do, especially in space. On the ground, you can drop them or hide them under rocks or whatever you have to do. But in space, unless you cover them up with a planet or something, you know,
and the
really
planet magically appears around.
Well, somebody did that.
I know people such as other Mac 30 and others have used. I think Admiral Murphy did it in his Deep Space 11 to replace Deep Space 9 with a planet or something covering it.
Right. He wanted to have the wormhole. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was City of the Palmarie by Alamac, where they covered Deep Space Nine with the planet,
and
so they could have the wormhole.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Admiral Murphy did it before as well. But I can't quite... I haven't actually played Deep Space 11, so I can't be 100% certain.
Yeah. No, I just remember it from when you guys did it on the broadcast. And he was talking about how he wanted to use that wormhole, but he didn't want Deep Space Nine there. Nice trick. I mean, Now, that's one thing the Foundry its limitations have done, is force people to be really creative in their thinking about how to get things done.
Yeah,
he really...
Yeah,
Go ahead.
you go.
I was going to say, he really had no other choice but to make up an explanation for why the ship was still there, because we can't simply make it disappear.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
And we've heard that Alamak's making a mission from the Klingon perspective for the city of the Palmarie, so
Yeah.
that'll be quite... It's basically from what he said, same basic story, but just from the Klingon side.
Right. So they'll be laying the trap and setting their cores to explode.
Cronton suggested objective: try not to get drunk. Try not to get drunk and spill your plans to the Federation.
Yeah, that was my only critic when we did the Bitesize. That was my only criticism. I said, it was way too easy to uncover the plot. Just get the Klingon drunk and you can learn everything. Just give him a few glasses of blood wine.
Yes, but first you got to go through that whole puzzle to get him to let you get him drunk.
Yes, true. Have to answer the questions the right way, based on what you've learned too.
Yeah. So what would you rate this one?
I give him 4, solid 4. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
There was one thing that I did like was the Q flash at the end. I'm not entirely sure how he managed to trigger that effect.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's an emote, right? So
yeah.
It would have had to have been tied to some NPC animation.
Yes, it's a nice touch that I think I'm probably going to have to talk to XR377 about that.
Yeah, send him a message. Say, hey, how the hell did you do that?
Yeah. So that's the end of Broadcast UGC episode 12. Thank you, CaptPFDennis, for joining us, and hopefully next week, Galactrix will finally return.
Yeah. He didn't have to worry about losing his job to me, that's for sure.
Yes. So next week we'll be playing the mission we were originally planning on playing this week. That was I've got to remember what it's called. Espionage by the Bard, also known as Grimsy, and then after that we'll follow on with week after that with another Klingon mission. Okay, well that's it from me. We'll see everyone next week.
Well, it was fun. It was a good time, as usual.
Good night.